Hello everyone, I am Dr. K. Annapurna, Associate Professor of ECE Department, VFSTR deemed to be University, Vadlamudi. In our today's lecture, we are going to see integrator circuits. The objective of this class is to make you familiarize with the concept of integrator, okay, and integrator circuits, that is how to design a circuit to do integration. And by the end of this lecture, you will able to answer what is integrator, for what applications the integrator circuits are used, and what is the difference between basic integrator and practical integrator circuit, and how to design an integrator circuit for a given input signal of known frequency. And coming to the applications, to find how much blood the heart pumps in certain amount of time. So, to know that we have to do integration, and basically integration is nothing but addition of continuous numbers. Okay. If I ask you to add the numbers from 1 to 10 all integers, it is easy, 1 plus 2 plus 3, like that we will do. But if I ask you to add the real numbers 1 to 2, so 1.000, how many zeros? Between 1 and 2, how many real numbers are there? We can't add them. So, for such operations we have to do integration, and here time is continuous. So, over that time period we are adding these values. And next, to find the trajectory of the object. Next, to predict the position of the planets, and to add the continuous values. So, wherever we have to add the continuous values, we use the operation integration. So, let us consider a well known example. Okay. Consider this outer circle whose radius is r. Okay. What is the area of this circle? Area is pi r square and perimeter is 2 pi r, right. So, perimeter means this length of this outermost circle. Okay, this is the perimeter, whereas area means the entire area inside this circle. So, how to find that in terms of perimeter? Once you know the perimeter, how to find the area means, so from this circle, outermost circle, you draw all contiguous circles towards 0 radius, starting from r and decreasing towards 0. That is, all this space is covered with zeros. Now, if you add the perimeters of all these circles, then it is nothing but the area. So, here how to do the integration means, so area is equal to sum of all perimeters of the circles. From one circle to other circle, which parameter is varying? Radius. So, what is the range of radius changing? 0 to r. So, 0 to r perimeter dr, that is you are integrating with respect to radius r. Okay. So, integral 0 to r 2 pi r dr. Now, if you integrate this, 2 pi is constant, integration of r is r square by 2, and the limits of integration are 0 to r. This 2 and 2 gets cancels. So, the answer is pi r square. So, all of us know it is the area of the circle whose radius is r. Okay. Now, let us see the circuit diagram which performs this integration operation. Okay, this is the operational amplifier integrator circuit. Actually, the low pass filter acts as integrator. So, this is the low pass filter, and for RC far greater than T, it acts like integrator. Okay. Here what is RC? RC is the time constant of the circuit. Here what is R? It is R1, and what is C? It is CF. Okay. So, R1 CF value represents the time constant. What is the significance of time constant? So, time constant represents how much time is needed for the circuit to respond to the new inputs. Suppose the time constant is 1 millisecond, means within 1 millisecond time it is able to respond to the new inputs. So, this time constant should be small, and ideally it should be 0. 0 means within no time it should give the corresponding output. And here this time T represents the time period of the input signal. Okay. So, when this condition is satisfied, then the RC low pass filter acts as integrator. So, this R1 and CF constitutes the low pass filter, and here we are using the operational amplifier because it is active filter. Active filter means there will be active component, so which will provide us gain. So, here it is operational amplifier, and this OR compensation is to compensate the effects of bias currents. Okay, now let us derive the input output relation for basic integrator circuit. So, here by applying KCL at inverting pin. So, inverting pin means it is A. So, at this node A, if we apply KCL, we can able to relate input and output, because that node is relating the input and output. Okay, I1, okay, II is flowing towards node A, that is it is the entering current, and IF is the leaving current. Okay, what is KCL? Kirchhoff's current law, which states that the algebraic sum of currents meeting at a node is 0. So, that is nothing but the sum of all entering currents is equal to sum of all leaving currents. Here there is one current is entering and one current is leaving. So, what is the entering current? So, first we are applying KCL at node A. Okay. Now, II is the entering current and IF is the leaving current. So, what is II? It is VI of t. Other side, what is this node voltage? This node voltage is 0, because non-inverting terminal is directly connected to ground, means inverting terminal will be at ground according to the virtual ground concept. Okay, so this is at 0 volts. So, this is 0 by R1. So, that is equal to IF. So, IF means 0 minus V0 is the voltage across the capacitor, and for capacitor what is the voltage current relationship? It is CF into d by dt of the voltage across the capacitor. Okay. So, now VI of t by R1 is equal to minus CF into dV0 by dt. But actually what we need the output expression, but here it is dV0 by dt. So, to compensate that we have to take integration on both sides. So, integrating both sides, what will you have? So, integral VI of t dt by R1 is equal to minus CF into integral dV0 by dt. So, we are integrating from 0 to t. Now, this integration and differentiation gets cancels. So, the right hand side is minus Cf into V naught. Then what is V naught? Therefore, V naught is equal to minus 1 by R1 Cf integral 0 to t Vi of t dt. Okay. So, from this expression you can easily understand the output is directly proportional to the integration of the input. Okay. So, here this we have proved. So, this circuit is giving us integration of the input signal. Now, if we see in the frequency domain, so convert this final expression into the frequency domain, what will you get? So, V naught means actually it is V naught of t. So, converting into frequency domain, now I am converting into Laplace transform. So, V naught of s is equal to minus 1 by R1 Cf and integration of Vi of t means Vi of s by s. Okay. So, what is the transfer function now? V naught of s by Vi of s. So, it is 1 by s R1 Cf. What is s? It is j omega. Okay. Now, if we consider only the magnitude, so the magnitude of the gain means magnitude of V naught of s by Vi of s, that is equal to 1 by square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. So, here there is no real part, so there is only imaginary part. So, you will get omega R1 Cf. When omega is equal to 1 by R1 Cf, what happens to the gain? It is unity. So, gain is unity means gain in decibels becomes 0. So, at omega equal to 1 by R1 Cf, gain is 1 or 0 decibels. Okay, is it clear? And here you can observe there is a negative sign. So, there is negative sign. Why we got this negative sign means we are operating the operational amplifier in inverting mode. That means we are giving the input to the inverting pin. So, due to that reason we got the negative sign. Okay, now let us see the input output waveforms examples. Suppose the input signal is DC signal. So, it is a constant 1 volt. Okay, a constant signal of 1 volt we are giving. So, integration means addition. Continuously you are adding 1 means what should be the answer? 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, it should be linearly increasing. But because of negative sign we are having due to inverting configuration, it is negative going ramp. Okay. Now, let us see the next example, square wave input. In square wave input, what are the different segments we have? Either positive constant or negative constant, or it is transition from positive to negative or negative to positive. What is the integration of a constant? It is ramp. And here due to inverting configuration, when it is at positive constant, it is negative going ramp. When it is at negative constant means it is positive going ramp. So, finally, the output is triangular wave for the square wave input. Okay, let us see the third example. When the input is sine wave, what should be the output? What is the integration of sine? It is minus cos. But in our expression we are having minus, and this minus and that minus gets cancels. So, the output is cos signal. So, for sine input you are getting the cos output. But there are two problems with basic integrator circuit. Now, let us see what are the problems. The first one is for DC how the capacitor behaves, open circuit. So, for DC capacitor behaves as open means it is no more the low pass filter and it won't do integration. And second one is the gain of this circuit is changing with respect to frequency because there is capacitor alone in the feedback path. But the gain should not be varying much with this, and at DC what is the gain? It is open loop gain because there is no capacitor here. Okay. So, how to overcome these problems? So, then we have to go for practical integrator circuit which addresses these two problems. So, this is the practical integrator circuit. So, by connecting RF in parallel with this capacitor in the feedback path, we can overcome both the problems. Actually, what are the problems? The first one is for DC there is no feedback, but here even capacitor acts as open circuit, there is RF. So, it is not open loop configuration. And next, because of the presence of this RF in parallel with this capacitor reactance, gain is not varying much. So, like that we will overcome the problems of basic integrator circuit. And here the practical integrator circuit is also called lossy integrator. Why we call this as lossy integrator means, for this capacitor when there is a resistor in parallel, usually it will discharge, that is it is a loss. That is why that practical capacitor is also called lossy capacitor, and the circuit which is using this lossy capacitor is called lossy integrator circuit. And now let us see the input output relation for this circuit. In the last case, that is for basic integrator case, we have derived the expression in terms of time domain. We can write the KCL in time domain or frequency domain. So, to make you familiarize in both domains, here we are writing the KCL in frequency domain, that is Laplace transform domain, S domain. So, here let us take the directions of currents like this, and this node is at 0 volts because non-inverting is connected to 0 volts means ground means inverting will be at 0 volts. Okay. So, this is at 0 volts. Now, all are entering currents. So, sum of all entering currents equal to, there are no leaving currents, so 0. So, these three are the sum of entering currents equal to 0. Now, first what is the current flowing through this R1? Vi of S minus 0 by R1, that means Vi of S by R1. And what is the current flowing through this capacitor? Cf into d by dt of V0 minus 0. So, Cf into d by dt of V0 of t means S into V0 of S. So, S into V0 of S into the capacitor value, because C into d V0 by dt. So, C into S into V0 of S. And the last current V0 minus 0. So, V0 of S minus 0 by Rf. So, V0 of S by Rf equal to 0. Now, by simplifying this, that is taking V0 of S terms to the one side and Vi of S terms to the other side, you will get the expression for output. And the gain becomes, gain means V0 by Vi, and here we are finding the magnitude of the gain. So, before finding it, replace S with j omega, and magnitude means square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. So, here the real part is R1 by Rf and imaginary part is omega R1 Cf. Okay. Now, if I take this R1 by Rf outside, then the relation becomes, so in the denominator there is R1 by Rf, means when it goes to the numerator it becomes Rf by R1, and here we have taken this out, so it is 1, and here R1 square is there but Rf square is not there. So, we have to multiply it to compensate that, so it is the expression. And in practical integrator circuit at DC, what is the maximum gain it is offering? There is no capacitive reactance because it becomes open circuit. So, the maximum gain it offers is minus Rf by R1. So, Rf by R1 is the magnitude of the maximum gain. Okay, this is the maximum gain, and you know at the cutoff frequency the gain is 1 by root 2 times the maximum gain. So, maximum gain by root 2 means at omega equal to 1 by Rf Cf, then the second term becomes 1. So, that is the cutoff frequency 1 by 2 pi Rf Cf, because omega is equal to 2 pi f. Okay, now let us see the frequency response of integrator circuit. So, this is the frequency response of ideal or basic integrator and practical or lossy integrator. So, coming to the ideal integrator, it is just low pass filter, and what is the gain expression we have seen? So, the gain expression is 1 by omega R1 Cf. That means as frequency is increasing, the gain is decreasing. So, you can observe that here. As frequency is increasing, the gain is decreasing. This is the basic integrator circuit. And in your control systems, you have seen what should be the slope. Slope is here, there is only one omega term. So, it is minus 20 decibels per decade or minus 6 decibels per octave. And now coming to the practical integrator circuit, just now we have seen the derivation. So, what is the gain? Maximum gain by square root of this. So, what is the maximum gain? It starts at Rf by R1, and at the cutoff frequency it is, so what is the cutoff frequency here? 1 by 2 pi Rf Cf. So, at that cutoff frequency the gain is 1 by root 2 times the maximum value. So, at this cutoff frequency the gain is 1 by root 2 times the maximum gain, means it is nothing but 3 decibels down from the maximum gain. So, it is starting from Rf by R1, it is starting at Rf by R1 and 3 decibels down. Okay. So, 1 by root 2 times the maximum gain means it is 3 decibels down from the maximum. Okay. And it is decreasing with respect to frequency. For a given frequency signal, how to design the integrator? So, these are the design steps. First, we have to assume the capacitor value Cf to 0.1 or 0.01 microfarads, and from Fa is equal to 1 by 2 pi Rf Cf. So, they will be given the frequency. So, from that frequency, and you are assuming Cf, so from that you can find the Rf. And next, Fb is far greater than Fa. Just now we have seen in the frequency response. So, where we are getting the 0 decibels gain. So, it is far greater, means practically we will take 10 times greater. So, Fb is taken as 10 times Fa, and then from this Fb, what is the Fb formula? 1 by 2 pi R1 Cf. So, already you assumed Cf, just now you found Fb. So, from that you can find the value of R1. After finding these values, you have to draw the practical integrator circuit and you have to place these values at the corresponding points. Okay, now let us see the problem. Assuming R1 equal to 10 kilo ohms, Rf equal to 100 kilo ohms, Cf equal to 10 nanofarads. In a practical integrator circuit, determine the lower frequency limit of integration and the output response for the inputs sine wave, square wave and step. Okay. So, here first how to find the lower frequency limit of integration. So, lower frequency limit of integration is nothing but this one Fa. So, what is this? 1 by 2 pi Rf Cf. Okay. Already they have given you RF and CF. So, from that you can find the lower frequency limit of integration. Now, let us see the output responses for inputs sine wave, square wave and step. So, how to find? First let us consider the sine wave. If you take the sine wave, okay, let us consider a magnitude of 1, 0. Then what will be the output? So, what is the expression? Minus 1 by R1 CF integral 0 to t Vi of t dt, right. So, here minus 1 by R1 CF 0 to t, here maximum amplitude I am assuming 1. So, sine omega t dt. So, what is the answer? Minus 1 by R1 CF into what is integration of sine? It is minus cos. So, that minus and this minus gets cancelled. So, cos omega t, right. So, here you will get the cos term. Okay. And this magnitude is 1 by R1 CF. So, you calculate, because already they have given you R1 and CF values. And next one is square wave input, right. So, if I consider the square wave input, so just now we have seen, right, for square what is the output? It is the triangular. For positive constant it is negative going signal, and for negative constant it is positive going signal. Like this. Okay, this amplitude depends on this relation. V0 is equal to minus 1 by R1 CF integral 0 to t Vi of t dt. You substitute the values. Actually, for the square wave they did not give any input, you assume 1, and then this magnitude becomes minus 1 by R1 CF. And the next one is, what is the next input we have to check? Step. So, for step it is so linearly it is decreasing because it is having a negative sign, it is negatively increasing. The same constant will be added linearly. So, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus like this means you will get ramp, but because of inverting configuration it is negative going ramp. Okay. Now, let us recap what we have learned in this class. What is integrator? Integrator is nothing but addition, the circuit which performs addition of continuous numbers. Okay. What are the real life applications of integrator? To know how much blood it is pumped, the heart within a given time, and to know the trajectory, and next to add the continuous numbers, real numbers, we use integration. Which filter acts as integrator? Low pass filter. What is the condition for integration? RC far greater than T. What are the problems with basic integrator circuit? Okay, there are two problems. Both are due to the presence of capacitor in the feedback path alone. Okay, the first problem is at 0 frequency the capacitor behaves as open circuit and there is no action of that filter because the capacitor is absent. And second one is due to that capacitor present alone in the feedback path which affects the gain, which changes the gain with respect to frequency. It is much variation which is not desirable. So, by connecting a feedback resistor in the feedback path in parallel with the capacitor, we can overcome that problem. That is called practical integrator circuit. I hope you understand. Thank you.